host, Dulci Hill, and welcome to Tuesday's edition, where you are the star and I'm the host. So, whatever you guys say, I'll try to follow your lead on your comments, but let me just, okay. I'm gonna talk about getting the most from sleep, and let's see, getting the most for sleep. Just 1 minute. Hang on, because I'm gonna share. Okay, if I'm in your group and you don't want me in this group, kick me out. Just easily kick me out. But today we're going to talk about getting the most of the sleep. Just 1 minute. I think I've got. Okay. Cheryl. Cheryl. Okay, we're going to talk today about getting the most out of sleep. Um, I love you, Cheryl. So Cheryl's with me today. Oh my goodness. Cheryl, just so you know, on YouTube, you guys are watching there. Hi, Jake. Cheryl runs MS Frontiers Primary Progressive. So when everybody gets here, because I know we're starting to ramp up, there, when everyone gets here, uh, please go to msfrontiers.org and you'll see the groups we have. We've got some public groups, and there are some. I swear, you know how God brings us together to support each other with this channel. I'm just the host here, Cheryl. All these people come here and they support each other. So it's awesome. So what I'm doing, Joe, is I'm reading. Jane is talking right now, and Dennis just joined us. And Dennis is a regular. Hi, Dennis. Um, let's see, and Chris is with us because Chris wasn't with us last week. Uh, it's just her last week. So excuse me, I want to talk about getting the most out of sleep. Okay, many of us there's a couple reasons why we don't get sleep. We don't get enough sleep. Some of it has to do with the medication we take during the day to stay awake. Uh, you know, well, Cheryl, you don't have to be dressed. You weren't dressed. Okay. Okay. Cheryl wants everyone to know she's not dressed. Okay. So who says MS Life can't be sexy? Right? Who says? All right. Good for you. Okay. So let's talk. Oh my gosh. Look at my hair. It's doing its own thing. Yeah. Okay. Let's just forget it. Forget it. Because it's not about me. It's about you guys. So, all right. Charles not dressed and my hair is doing its own thing. Okay, so I want to talk about part of the reason. Okay, Jane, real quick, Jane wants you to know, Cheryl, that you're lucky it's not a Zoom meeting. All right. But by the way, if you ever want to participate in this MS Live thing, because you are an expert, Cheryl is an expert. So just go to the YouTube, go to my YouTube channel, Dulci Hill or Dulci Jean Repke Hill. I have no idea. But if you Google that, you go to that and you click subscribe, you'll get notified when this is live, and you can verbally type your messages, but you can hear me. All right. Okay. So Part of the reason is we take medication. All right. So it's important when we get sleep that uh, we not take Ritalin um, after 12 o'clock, noon. Do not take Ritalin after 12 noon. Don't take, let me see. Oh, I threw it out. Your caffeine drinks. Don't add any stimulants into your body that for 12 hours. All right, for 12 hours before you go to sleep. That is the big thing. Many of us think, oh, I'll have a cup of coffee at 2 o'clock, and you don't, and you wonder why you don't sleep. So we've got to clear our body with these chemicals. So that is number one. All right. A lot of times I know that I go to a pain clinic and they've given me pain medication. Well, even the pain medications, if I take that after 12, it might do something with my brain or my nerves where I'm awake. All right, Chris is just contribute. Okay, okay. So we got stuff going on. So I know you guys are chatting. So I'm not going to. I'm talking about sleep right now, and you guys are visiting with each other, talking about how things. I'll read that later. But so sometimes you'll take medication that will interfere with your sleep. So and you don't even realize that. But all of a sudden, say I take two extampias, which is the safer route. I don't want to take that anymore, but it is for pain. It's pain management, but it interferes with my brain going completely. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Rob. Uh, but it's just it interferes with your ability to sleep. Another thing is having chocolate for dessert or chocolate chip cookie. It's little. The devil's in the details. So just don't stack up your odds to be awake. Okay, that's number one. Medications. Number two is Cheryl. One of the problems I have is the ability to move in bed, right? But I found something. It's important that we work on the strength of our upper body. And okay, see this here? Do you see this? You can put that underneath of your mattress. You get this pretty cheap. I think it was $60 on Amazon. Also, the MS Association, if you financially qualify, they'll send this to you. But this here, I like. It's got a little bag, and believe it or not, that's not a cat, and it's not droppings of your dog. But hi, Bob, what this is, it's got a little bag. It goes underneath your bed, and with me, it's my left leg. So I like to keep it up near the top of the bed. It's hard to get in and out of bed because it's high. I shouldn't be high, right? So what you do is I grab hold of this and I pull myself into bed. It helps getting out of bed. It helps turning over. It helps. Fantastic. The other thing is that see, we have pain. We have pain that keeps us awake. So you can't. It's true. You can't turn over, and you get these pressure points. And there is something called it's a pressure mattress that is for people who can't turn. Who all of a sudden and my spasticity. so bad. Baclofen only good for 6 hours at a time. So if you take your dose of baclofen at say 11 o'clock, right? You wake up in the morning and you have to go to the bathroom. All of a sudden, your leg is like stiff. It's stiff out, and you're like, these are so. Hi. Oh, guys, I'm getting you guys on you or on Facebook or like anyway. But it's so hard. Now there is a pressure pad. All right, it is. Where's Gina? Gina, you're. Let me see. I'm gonna tell you. I should have all this stuff up, but I'm gonna tell you the pressure pad, and that's $79. Okay, so so for and it's all write-offs. Uh, is it write-offs? Let's see. Let's see. MATTRESS. Okay. I'm gonna. This is all right, here it is. Oh my God. It's called Viva, VIVE, alternating pressure pad. And what it is it's what they put people under who are immobile. If you can't move in bed, right? What it does is it's little balls, individual balls. And at first it's kind of weird, you're laying out, you're like, I don't know if I like that. But what it does is these balls inflate and they deflate every 20 minutes, slowly, slowly, slowly. And so you don't have to turn. You can lay in the same position and you don't have pressure, uh, pain from that situation. So between that and then you might be too stiff to get out of bed, right? And this comes with the strap that strap. You see, it looks like a strap now. No, still looks like a cat or a dog dropping. But anyway, that strap is something you can hook to the end of your bed and help pull you up. Now, you pull yourself up with one arm, right? And then you take the other arm and you put it underneath of that stiff leg, and you're able to bend that leg. All right. You bend that leg because this is at the end of the bed. You bend the leg, right? You grab hold of this. So, and you turn sideways and you get your legs on the outside. So you're able to pull yourself and stand up and make it to the bathroom. All right. Another thing we should do let's see. That's all. You know what? And Cheryl is talking about these are all problems that she has had, and you could really help us. And you found ways. Cheryl's found ways to get around a lot of these problems. And Cheryl, we need you to, participate in either YouTube or, I'll bring you on when you're dressed. You can be on Facebook Live. I can. That would be fantastic. Okay, so anyway. Okay, so you guys, hi there, Diana. All right, you guys are visiting. Okay, so we talked about, yeah, you let me know. All right, every Tuesday and Thursday from 11 to 12. Okay, 11 to 12. So, it's, yeah, if you can join us, there she is. I've learned so much from Cheryl. Uh, uh, but what do we believe that we're all brought together here by the grace of God to help other people survive with this disease. Because it can be so hard, it can be difficult, it can be. But you know what? It's not odd. And there's some people here that are listening that are like, "That's exactly my problem." So they need to hear this. So they're the three big things. The other thing is we talked about the pain that you have. Some people have when they go to bed. Arthritis pain keeps you up. There's arthritis rubs that you can put on your hands. There's CBD oil rub you can put on achy joints. You can take an 8-hour arthritis Tylenol. You can do that. There's a number of things to combat the pain. Now, you guys, all right, you guys are all right. YouTube, the chat is all about Thanksgiving and Christmas, all holiday, and you guys are, but but it's no. Okay, nobody's talking about sleeping on there. So I guess uh, everybody on YouTube has no problem sleeping. I you know, I sleep really well about, I'd say about 3 to 5 times, between 3 nights and 5 nights a week. But I have a rotten time sleeping about 2 times a week. And one of the one of the solutions also that I'll let you know that I'm about to partake I'm is getting the medical marijuana card, because they have now. Sarah's talking about there are strains that you can take that'll help you sleep. So I'm going to find that out. The big thing is that I don't want to feel high. I can't do it. I can't lose my balance, because the catastrophic attack I had 5 years ago, uh, it has affected my balance so bad. So now I've got balance. I've walked, and it is just you know, so stay away from Dr. Mallory, Johns Hopkins, in my opinion. In my opinion. Hi, Phil. Uh, but you know what? And that's true. They have now, with this medical marijuana card. I don't want to take narcotics anymore, and I do not want to go to the pain clinic and just I've got these narcotics. I don't want them. So now I'm going to try to get this medical marijuana, and it's explained to me by my general practitioner that what it is that they have different strains that uh, it has low THC, but it has a bit of THC that will help the CBD add to the pain killing properties. Hi there, you my rock star, Phil. In fact, I was looking. It's like you have what your daughter had the same birthday as my husband. So, oh boy, if there's something about birthdays and everybody have being a little bit alike, you know what? And Cheryl is sharing that she talked about medical marijuana. Once again, I'm going to give it a try. You know what? It's It's true. It is true. And Cheryl says, but for the pain, right? The best uh, rub for the pain is Penerex. Is that like Voltrex? Voltrex is that's what the doctor gives you. I have a prescription of that, but prescription. I don't know how to spell it. But the good thing is that Cheryl, I talked to my general practitioner who is a he's a expert about narcotics addiction, and I told him I don't want. I've had narcotics for 25 years. They want to give me slow release morphine. It's just an oxycontin. All that stuff. But when it wears off, you get so tired, and when even the low dose, I just don't want it anymore. So, and the old days, everybody, I know this is true with all of us, right? Anybody who walked in your front door would give you pot. So I always had pot. Then they say, try it, it helps MS. So I have it, but I didn't want to smoke it because I don't like being stupid. All right, so I live in a brain fog. Many of you live in a brain fog. So, all right, let's smoke a joint and increase the dreariness. What did John Malkovich say? Why do you do that? It was in a show. They asked a movie. They said, why do you do this behavior? He says, to accentuate the dreariness. It's no. You know what? I'm dizzy, I'm stupid. I take medication, so I'm not in a brain fog. I have energy. Although I'll tell you what, Dee, if you ever watch this, again, you haven't been with us for a while. Dee from Philadelphia, and you've got the summer home. Anyway, um, the energy drink you recommended with taurine, it really it works. It works for, but notice it's before 12 o'clock. I'm drinking it before 12. If I drink afterwards, it's not good. So, all right, people come in, they'll say this is old school. Smoke pot, it helps you. It doesn't help me. The THC, I'm high, I'm stupid, I'm hungry I don't have enough food in this house to support a marijuana habit. So I don't want THC in my blood. I just don't want it. And I am, when you go to the pain clinic, they make you pee in a cup and they see if you've done drugs or THC. But you know what? I am going to try applied for this medical marijuana card. We'll see, and we're going to do a complete episode. I'm going to do a series, a new playlist about how it is affecting me, how and how it can affect you. But I'm telling you, Vanessa's with us. Vanessa, you haven't been here in a while, but it's so good to see you. Look at you. And Susan. By the way, let me just stop for a minute and say congratulations, Susan, on you're going to be a grandma of twins, and I'm so happy for you. Uh, I'm so happy. It's better than being a parent, being a grandparent. But I'm laying in bed last night because I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. So I took my ropinirole, my Baclofen that was wearing out, and I started thinking, you know, it's a lot of you guys live for your grandchildren. I don't have kids or grandchildren, right? So, I live for you guys when I think about this, I mean, this here is, you know what? God gets you to do things uh, where you just yeah, what it's not. In fact, Betty Joe. Hi, PJ. Betty Joe sent me a link this morning, a blessing link, and in it it said that God will send you where He wants you. You might not, you won't know, and it may not be the direction you want to go in. I'm telling you what, I would love to have kid, because I love children. I was a teacher. I love children. I'd love to have them crawl up on my lap, and I always talk. In fact, I was at last week. Betty Joe was just talking about you. That morning thing about how God sends you where you need to be, and laying there, having no kids. I'm thinking, women need to feel wanted. They need to feel we just we're caregivers. We need to feel wanted, and it is so. I was at the McGurk's. I was doing the trivia night, and I went into the ladies' room. There was two little girls. There was a like an 8-year-old, a 12-year-old standing, and the 8-year-old looked at me and said, "What's wrong with you?" And the 12-year-old said, "Don't say that." And I said, "Well, let me go potty first. I'll come out and I'll tell you." I mean, and I looked at her, and when I came out, I said, "Never be afraid to ask." If because you're concerned. It was so sweet with her, and I explained to her I had a disease that's not contagious, and it's not going to kill me. Um, but where I was able to do so many things at one point in my life, but it's affected my ability to move. And she was so cute. She was, and her sister was cute. And I let her sister know. I said it's better to ask somebody what their disability is because than to fear. If I'm telling you, before I had MS, I don't like people who were disabled. I still, have a rough time uh, uh, liking disabled people unless they're open and upfront, unless they don't get insulted, unless they will allow other people. Hi, Gina. I was talking about you, Gina, because I was talking about the the Vive alternating pressure pad with the pump system. And I said, "Where's Gina?" So I was hoping that you were gonna. But I love that you're here, Gina. So you think about this. You think, yeah, what's the point? I'm thinking, what's the point? I don't have kids. I don't have grandchildren. I what's the point? What's the point? And Betty Joe, the point I think is just because I'm not creating Thanksgiving open house for a great family doesn't mean that I don't, we don't, uh, uh, I don't have purpose and I'm not being used by, or I am being used by God. So on Mother's Day, I have to laugh. All the people that say Happy Mother's Day, and I say Mom to my dogs and my fish. You see the fish in the background? See that's my fish tank. It's my Darwin fish tank. My Darwin fish tank. And it's just I fill it up with water. I do water changes, and every day Brian makes me eggs, and he's every day, and I say thank you for providing me with this food and with all the blessings I have. Because you remember Stephen Still said, if you can't be with the one you love the one you with. And that's true with all of our stuff. If you don't have the car you want, love the one you have. If you don't have the house you want, love the one you have. If you don't have the kids you want, love the kids you have. If you don't have kids, right, love the blessings you have. So I give thanks for something about fried eggs in the morning. He'll make me fried eggs with sourdough toast, and every morning I sit there, I take my pills, my vitamins, and I give thanks for the chicken that laid the free range eggs. I get just, and I ask God, allow me to be a good steward with the blessings that you give me. Keep me from evil, because God, you know, I have Amazon. You know what? I got to tell you, you talk about Winston. I'm the mother with Winston and Ranger. All right, they're my dogs. Ranger's got some sort of eye infection it was very upsetting to me. I looked at him, and his eyes are showing his eyes are like this. And so I'm looking at it underneath of his eyes. I can't even see his iris or his pupil. And so I put some ocular antibiotic cream in there. I'm probably going to end up bringing him to the vet. After, of course, I Google how do you treat it. It's silver water. But I'll let you know. You talk about Chris is mentioning. I've got Winston. Winston's the Cabochon Schnauzer, Cavapoo Bichon Schnauzer. That's supposed to be a Cavapoo, but he tested to be a mongrel, an expensive mongrel. So I have to laugh at that. So this morning, Brian puts the dogs don't sleep on the bed. So Brian puts Winston on the bed. He comes up, and this is the first time he's ever done this. He lays down with me, and he cuddles under my chin. I don't have allergies, so I don't have to worry about that. Brian has terrible allergies, so he's on top of the covers, right? And he curls up, and I go like, whoa, this is I don't ask for things back. I just want kindness in my life. I want to be talked to in a kind voice, So, and Vanessa says, but remember, we cannot choose the family we're born into, but we can choose the family that we're adopted to. And you know what is so awesome about that, Vanessa, is that DNA wise, in fact, my father asked me why I'm the only one that has a relationship with my father. Uh, and he said, he says, why are you talking to this other relative who has demonstrated that she does hypocritical things? But I said, my behavior towards other isn't based on who they are, but it's based on who I am, right? We could have a Satan worshiper, which is like I'm saying some crazy stuff on when I was picking things to watch on TV. Because I have a Fire Stick, and I'm picking series to mark as my favorites to watch, and there was some crazy Satan stuff going on. episodes. I don't want to see that. Scares me. I that kind of stuff. So we can have these people, these Wiccan, these zombie, whatever. We can have them here, right? It doesn't change the fact that they're who they are. We are only Christians are called to love everybody, right? Regardless of what they are. Remember, Jesus hung out with lepers and tax collectors and bad guys. He didn't hang out with the righteous. I mean, the righteous followed him, but and we're called to be righteous. But again, you and I both know. I expect if you really know him. I'm telling you what, if you really know, I, I've got my best friend in California, and I've got my best friend. But I'll tell you what, it's 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 it is it's challenging. But again, and then Cheryl. Yeah, Cheryl's given just filled in other ways that, and Cheryl's given me let's see, other ways. You know what, Cheryl, I love you. Thank you for saying that. All right, hi Nikki. Let's see. All right, and what did Gina say? Yeah, and Gina's saying they'll know us through our love for each other and for. But you know what's big? If we demonstrate a non-judgmental, God, it's not judgmental, right? Because the most poorly quoted verses, judge not lest you be judged. Well, that's not true, right? We are judgmental creatures by nature. You go outside and you have to judge whether it's cold, right? Whether you're going to wear a jacket. You go down to a bad area in Baltimore and you have to judge whether it's safe to. Hi, Chris. Safe to get out of the car. Judging is it makes you safe. Makes you judging makes you sit on the couch, pull up what TV show I'm going to stream into my living room, and I can read the synopsis of what the show is about. When it says it's about the occult, about demons and stuff, I can make a judgment call. Oh, I don't even want to try that. No, it's like that's some scary stuff. So that's judgment. We are to judge. We are not to condemn, right? Condemn is the word that. So I'm sitting there and I look at that demon show and I'm thinking, oh, I'm making a judgment call, right? I'm not gonna entertain that. But guess what? I'm not allowed to sit on the couch and or call somebody and say, "Oh my gosh, it's demon, it's bad stuff." I think the entire fire stick should be blown up. It's like, oh wait, I am not because unless I watch it, how can I be sure? How can I be sure? Why? Too many people in the world right now are are condemning uh, other people's opinion without knowing all the facts. You can make a judgment call for yourself. Hi, John. You can make a judgment call, right? Uh, judging on me not following the facts, I've decided I'm going to get the booster shot. But that's okay. You can do that. Make that judgment to get vaccinated and get the booster shot. However, it's sinful when you condemn other people that is questioning. It's sinful when so yeah, but where is it's not, so you can make judgment calls. You can say, well, I I think that people who are unvaccinated that are contributing to this virus going on and on and on and on. You can say it's a judgment, right? But judgment is supposed to affect how you are going to wear a coat, how you are going to take the booster shot, how judgment on what's going on outside the world dictates how we behave. But condemnation affects how we look at the world. When we condemn, we rob ourselves of the opportunity to love. Right. So I know I'm getting off topic because we're supposed to be talking about sleep. We're supposed to be talking about sleep. It's true. Yeah, but that's the lesson on judging versus condemning. So it's not true when it says judge not lest you be judged. It's we all have to make a judgment call, and judgments are based on how we react with the world. Condemnation is basically how we think others should be, and other people's relationship with God, including any Satan worshiper who decides they're going to watch they're looking to get comfort that I feel that God's working through us to provide, because God loves Satan worshipers, right? It's wrong to what do they said the new T-shirt out that says "Go Brandon," right? And my only problem with that T-shirt is that you're condemning this guy who happens to be president of the United States. You're condemning him, and I don't think we're supposed to condemn anybody as Christians, right? We're supposed to pray for that, I mean, we're just not. There's I'll tell you another thing that I saw. Um, that was really scary is that on YouTube, no, on Facebook, a lot of you guys try to friend me, and what I do is I screen to make sure that you're not from Africa, and you don't want me to help help you with getting millions of dollars. So I screened that, and I saw one gal, and I was screening. She posted that, and she lives in Baltimore, and she posted that she was supposed to meet her niece for lunch, and her niece never showed up, right? But her niece found her the night before. She was in this nice area of Philadelphia that has bars and stuff. She was in the bar, 22-year-old girl playing in the bar, drinking too much. She's walking to her car, never made it to her car. Uh, she got kidnapped. Her purse was found. Her car was where it was. Everything. They don't know where she is. So what I have read is that the sex trade is alive and well. They're snatching people. Okay, so all right, should we make a judgment call? Yes, our judgment call is don't go to the city to party, don't walk to your car unless you are walking. There's a crowd if you walk into the car, right? It's got to be. It just don't let anybody go to the car alone. So you make all of those judgment judgment calls, right? Like, I don't know. I mean, it's scary stuff. By the way, if you are watching this and you are on Facebook and you want to participate in MS Live, or you want to see this every Tuesday and Thursday from 11 to 12, follow me. Follow me on this. And again, we talked today. We talked about how to get the most of sleep when you have MS, right? And you know, a lot of us, and even if you don't have the MS, you have to look at the chemicals you're putting in your body. No stimulants, right? No stimulants, no chocolate, no coffee, no anything, no stimulants, no B12, no, just no Ritalin if you have MS, no Provigil, no narcotics, nothing after 12 in the morning, right? After that, because you need a full 12 hours to clean out the chemicals in your body. Second thing is if you have MS and you have a rough time turning around or turning in bed because spasticity, baclofen only works for about 6 hours is the half-life. So you take it at night, and all of a sudden you work in the morning, or you wake up in the morning, you have to go potty, and you can't get out of bed because your body is so stiff. Right? What happens is this here comes with a strap. This tucks underneath of your mattress, so you can grab that, pull yourself up, and take your stronger arm and bend that knee than one that's really spastic and swing around in bed. It also comes with a strap so you can pull yourself up. You got to do arm exercises for that. Also, for pressure, if you can't roll over in bed, there's a mattress pad. It's an alternating pressure pad that you can get on Amazon for $79, and it is a inflatable bed air topper for pressure ulcers. When you're laying on one side, after a while, what you're laying on tends to hurt. So having something that holds you up on certain areas of your body, and then you've got another bubble that kind of decreases, right, where it's holding you up, and then all of a sudden the other area of your body increases, and that is boy, that is you. So on YouTube they're talking about the sex. Oh, that's terrible. In Seattle, a father killed a young man because his underage daughter. Yeah, it's a lot. All right, you know that's scary. Yeah, so where they're talking about the sex trade going on. These young girls are being sold. And believe it or not, in the United States, young kids are disappearing. It just, I don't understand. This is things that I've been reading, right? But these things that we read and that we hear on news or whatever, all these things shouldn't make you condemn the world. Oh, this world is bad. It's going to hell in a handbasket. All these news media, everything. All it should do is allow you to make a judgment call on how you're gonna live. Hi, Tim. Hi, Linda. It just it's like, ugh, I'm not going to let my kid play out front when it gets, unless I'm watching. Right? The kids are all going to play in the backyard, and I'm going to look at every once in a while. It just, you don't want to be a helicopter parent, right? But again, you don't want your 20 something girls going down to a bar. I mean, it's not like it used to be, right? And unless you have got rules, and you tell them, look, if you go to a bar, I know you're an adult, but if you go to a bar, I want a gentleman to walk with you and make sure that a guy walks out with you to your car. Make sure you're in the car. Make sure, and it can't be a guy that's involved in the sex trade. I don't know. All right, I and that but you see what I'm saying? It's the judgment call allows you to set yourself up or for potential disasters, right? Uh, I know some of us with MS, we as we have MS and as it progresses, as we deal with more and more bladder um, difficulties, right? If we don't have a separate container with a change of clothes, with say a pad with a bathroom cleaner, if we don't pre let's see, predetermine uh, an accident. There should be a first aid kit with a band-aid, with something to stop the bleeding. It's all of these things you need to have with you, unfortunately, when you have MS. And that is your judgment call. Have an extra jacket in your car in case you get cold. Say in the summer, you go into a place and it's air conditioning, and all of a sudden you're freezing, right? Well, we know with MS, we made a judgment call, and the judgment call allowed us to recognize these kind of things happen. So you can go out to your car or with your walker. It may take you an hour, but you get your jacket, right? So uh, okay, and Jane is letting us know with the sleep thing. Thank you, Jane. She talked about at night, right, while you're watching TV, if you have chamomile tea. But I'll let you know, we're not supposed to drink water after 6 at night if we go to bed at 10 because you don't want to be banned all night. And if you do pee, right? If you do, it's good to have a urinal by like one of those female or male urinals by your bed. If you don't want to wear a diaper, if there's ways to deal with incontinence. Uh, um, there's desmopressin, which turns off it's a nasal spray, turns off your bladder for uh, 2 sprays. It turns it off for about 7 hours. Good stuff. I live on that at night. It makes her a happy marriage, but you can do this. All right, let's see. Uh, Yeah, that's all right. So we talked about judgment calls. We talked about creating an environment that is friendly for sleep, right? Also, uh, you're not supposed to watch TV or look in your phone uh, within um, 2 hours of going to bed. So there shouldn't be a television in your bedroom because that is negative ions which stays in the bedroom. The screen on your telephone, the blue light stimulates your brain. So you really shouldn't do that. Um, Unless you know what, and there's something about the blue blocker glasses that's supposed to protect your eyes from the I don't know, but best thing to do is have an old-fashioned book in your hand, right? And you read that an hour to 2 hours before you go to bed. Uh, Problem is that many of us get books on Kindle and stuff, and so we're constantly looking at a screen that's producing these negative ions, and it's stimulating us, our brain. So, all right, there's also meditation programs that we can do. So there's a sleepy time tea. I Gina, it's it's when your husband thinks that you're vulnerable in the world. I think it's a husband recognizing uh, just the way we women are. It's something that we're so much vulnerable. It's that we look at the possibilities of good things. We just love people. And Gina, it's you know it's like me sitting there on the couch looking for a TV episode and seeing that they have episodes about demons. Oh, demons! I'm thinking, you know what? I would have never known. They hadn't. I'm just going down Fire Stick looking at popular TV shows, and demons in the occult is one of them, and I'm like, ugh, I would have never thought. Ooh, I don't want to know any of that. So I tell my husband likes to tell me updates, what's going on in the world, and it's scary stuff. It's like, you know what? I would rather be naive. I'd rather be naive. Now, Vanessa, you're talking. You know what, Vanessa? Running every morning is setting you up to have a disaster. So, Vanessa, there are female urinal bottles that you can have right next to your bed that that will help you you know what, it'll help you. Also, wearing a pad, if you wear a diaper, let me tell you, you wear a diaper to bed, you will not have an accident, right? Because your brain, there's something about the brain that says when you have like a trapeze safety net there to catch you when you fall, you won't use it. You won't use it, right? You don't use it. So it's wearing. I'm telling you, when I decide I am going to get in bed without a pad, without anything, I'm just getting in bed like old school. I get in bed, and you know what? That's when I have problems. I mean, I can have 2 weeks of not having a problem, and all of a sudden, I get in bed without any safety nets, and I don't know, my brain says, oh, okay, you think that you can live life without a safety net, But if I throw on all the safety nets, if I get that, I'm telling you, I won't use them. I don't use it. I make so Vanessa, stack things up for an epic failure, and you won't have it. You won't have that. Okay. Yeah. It it is. I can imagine. I knew. All right, you guys on YouTube, they're talking about how their home is well protected. You know, it's funny because I go, with firearms, with Remington or Mossberg shotguns. It just it's so funny. It is so funny because there was a guy who came to my front door and he's pounded on the front door, and I went because I we have a home protection shotgun. I went and got the shotgun, and a junior shotgun, and I stood around the door. I stood. And I just stood there. I didn't answer the door. I was like, just go away. I'm thinking, go away, go away. Well, the phone rings, and the guy on the answering machine says, "Hi, I have an appointment to come in and do this at this amount of time. I'm at your front door." So I was like, "Oh yeah, I have this appointment." So I walked to the front door, and I'm carrying the Mossberg. I open it up. It's a junior shotgun because I can hold it. So I open up the front door, and he comes in. He looks at me with a burly guy. He says, "Were you gonna shoot me?" I said, "Only if you came in that front door uninvited." I absolutely. But I wasn't condemning him, right? I made a judgment call. Judge, I'm gonna get that shotgun because nobody should be pounding on my front door like, let me in, right? So the rule is, as long as you don't come in, the door is locked. As long as you don't come in, you're safe. So when I opened the door and he saw me standing there with that, he said, "Come on in." He says, "Were you going to shoot me if you came in that door?" I was. And he started laughing. He started laughing. He says, "Good, good." He said, "Good," because what is the saying? Your permission to throw your fist stops when my nose begins. We make judgment calls to get out of the way of getting hit, right? We make judgment calls. We don't worry about getting hit, right? We don't worry about, because we'll deal with it when it comes. If it comes, right, we pre-plan. We've got the emergency kit in the car. We got the extra coat. We have so much that we pre-planned. We no longer take the medication or after 12, right? We are drinking tea to sleep at night. We're pre-planning what we can to keep that fist from hitting our nose. We must pre-plan. When that happens, we have everything in our bag of tricks to deal with it. We've got a Mossberg shotgun. If somebody breaks in through the front door, right? Not one that you don't know how to use, because if you have a firearm, you have a responsibility to go down to a range and learn how to use it often, often, often. Okay, all right. So any firearm, you have no business owning a firearm you unless you frequently learn how to use it. You learn the safety precautions of that fire of any firearm, right? There's safety precautions. Anyway, it is beyond the hour. I love you all. Again, if you are on YouTube, subscribe to my channel. If you're on Facebook, follow me, and we'll do this again on Thursday at 11 o'clock. I love you all. Go to msfrontiers.org and look at the resources we have for you. I love you all. Let me pray us out. Heavenly Father, thank you for all the people that are here today. Help us not to condemn others, but just to live lovingly as best we can. Help us to deal with MS or with any of the difficulties we have so that we're comfort and just to be instruments of thy peace, Lord. In Jesus' name I give thanks. Amen. I will see you guys on Thursday. I'm Jim. Neighbor, I'll see you on Thursday. Bye.